Hello and welcome to Mindful Living, where we explore the art of living with the intention, balance, and inner peace. I am Avik, your host, guiding you through conversations on health, meditation, mental well being, mindfulness, and the mind body connection. Each episode features expert insights to help you grow, heal, and thrive. So, take a deep breath, relax, and join us on this journey to a more mindful and fulfilling life. So, let's get started.
Hello and welcome back, listeners, to the Mindful Living podcast with your host, Sana. Today's episode promises an inspiring journey with fitness coach and entrepreneur Peter Krastev, founder of Coach PK. Peter has not only built an incredible fitness business but also created a lifestyle rooted in resilience, faith, and a commitment to helping others. From starting with just 10 euros to becoming a recognized leader in fitness and personal transformation, Peter knows firsthand how health fuels success and empowers us to reach new heights physically, mentally, and spiritually. So, whether you are an entrepreneur striving for balance or someone looking to boost your well being, Peter's journey and insights will show you how fitness can be the cornerstone of a fulfilling and successful life. So, get ready to dive into this powerful conversation about fitness, faith, and the incredible possibilities when we align mind, body, and spirit. Peter, welcome to the show, and it's an absolute honor to have you with us today.
Hey Sana, thanks for having me. It's honor to be here, to be honest. So I appreciate the opportunity to share some knowledge. Hopefully we can inspire and help some people today. So thanks again.
Definitely. Your journey from hardship to success is very inspiring. So, can you share how fitness played a role in building that resilience you needed during those early struggles?
Hmm. Well, I I think it played part in many different ways because of the different ages I was living in. When I was at the age of 16, that was the first time when I stepped into the gym, and then I wanted to just become physically stronger, more able to defend myself and to stand my ground with my friends and at school. But then things changed. I think there was always something about fitness that just it kept giving me strength. It kept giving me what I needed to keep moving forward and to become better and to have higher chance of achieving what I want in life. So maybe further, like when I was at 20s, I was still training every now and then. I wasn't taking it very seriously
Mm.
until the point when I found myself in a foreign country without friends, without even a house. I was living in a garage without electricity or water, and inside there, I had no shower. So during this period, that was like 18 months period, I had to travel to the gym just to take showers. And in this period, fitness was very special to me because although I was going to the gym just to take the showers, I was always having a workout, and that was tremendously tough period for me mentally and emotionally. It was extremely tough, and that going to the gym and doing some exercise, now looking backward, seems to be the thing that kept me moving forward. And there was almost nothing else that could give me that um, little bit of enthusiasm at the end of my day, a little bit of energy, motivation, faith. Nothing else could make me feel and charge me the way fitness did back in the day. And that's why I decided to dedicate my life to fitness and sports in general, because I just recognize the fact that this is something I need to do if I want to have a good life. I need it, but I didn't like it that much. But at the same time, I I knew it's going to pay back. I knew
Mm.
it's going to pay back. Everything else in life can fall apart. Everything else in life pretty much takes away from you. There are not many things that you can do on the day and instantly get feed results in a positive energy and positive well-being. Nothing else can charge this way. Even relationships nor business, because these things they can fail, they can fade away. A lot of things can happen.
Yeah.
But when it comes to fitness, always pays back, and it pays back immediately. So it's an absolutely great tool to pick yourself up, to pull yourself out through very tough situations and periods in life. It's a great tool to excel, to enhance yourself, your own performance, your own well-being, to just become better at anything and improve the quality of your life and extend your life as well.
Mm.
So it's one of the best things that you can do, and I truly believe it's a necessity in today's world, and also everybody should be doing it. I think out of the 24 hours in a day that we have, everybody should find 20, 30 minutes or 1 hour, depending on the personal circumstance. Everybody should be finding some time every day to move, to exercise, and to maintain his own health and fitness. Such an important thing. So, yeah.
Definitely. Great, great, Peter. And you emphasize that fitness goes beyond the physical. It's all also about mental and spiritual growth. So, how can people integrate this holistic approach to achieve balanced health?
Um, it's about finding how long time you can dedicate to physical activities, and what kind of activities can you do, and realistically stick to it, and then doing it. The reason most people can't make that shift and really can't succeed is because they aspire to be somebody they're not. They aspire to be like some influencer or somebody who has achieved something physically, and people just want to be like them. And the natural reaction is, I'm going to go and do the same as that guy did. Somebody might say, I want to be as tough as David Goggins, and he's going to start running as David Goggins. Or others might say, I want to be super jacked like Mr. Olympia, and then start training with his regimen. Or they might just go on a strict diet because somebody else lost a lot of weight with that diet. And that's probably the most common thing. And that's an approach that will always fail, and that's why over 90% of the people never make fitness their lifestyle, and they always go in cycles. Everybody goes in the cycle
Mhm.
of training and not training, training, not training, gaining weight, losing weight, gaining weight. Um, it's a never-ending cycle. It's very frustrating, can be very demotivating, lowers your self-esteem. It is just cycle that proves to you every time that you're not good enough, that you're not capable of sticking to a regimen that other people are. And in reality, the reason other people were able to is because they created a lifestyle for their own, on their own. Like they created a training regimen that fits their lifestyle, and that's what you need to do too. Instead of trying to copy somebody, you need to find a way, how can I build something that lasts for me, something that I can enjoy, something I can do. That could mean that you train in your garden, in your garage, in your living room to start with. It could mean that you build your own gym, or maybe go to another place to train, find a group of people to train. It's quite complex. Obviously, I'm not trying to give you the perfect
Mhm.
prescription. Yeah, but just to paint the picture that it's about personalization. It's about building something that really fits your personality, your goals, and just making it last. Because if you don't, then all the efforts will be wasted. This thing has to last. You have to make this a lifestyle. Your behavior needs to last, not just your results, your behavior. So you need to be continuously training, and that's a scary thought for a lot of people. And I get it because I was there. But it's possible. I know it's possible. We're doing it daily with our clients. I did it with myself, and I keep working on this. So you should aspire to do that, achieve that, create a sustainable lifestyle. Hope that's helpful.
Definitely. And Peter, many high achievers and entrepreneurs, they often sacrifice their health for career goals. What are
Yeah.
some small yet impactful changes they can make to start prioritizing their well being?
Yeah, you're right. That's the most common problem that we see. I primarily work with entrepreneurs and business owners,
Mm-hmm.
people who have done this very mistake. It's a costly mistake if you do
Yeah.
it. It can get very bad. People can develop very serious health complications like strokes, heart conditions, diabetes, and many, many more. And to prevent that, you just have to do exactly what I said earlier. You have to find a way to create a lifestyle. And for those highly successful and highly productive people, it usually comes down to prioritization, really, really identifying that this is such an important thing, because they're very good at justifying that business is more important because it's going to provide more money for their family and for their future, and everybody needs the money more than a few pounds on their body um, to be dropped off, right? If you, a lot of these entrepreneurs think that my kids would prefer the money one, they will appreciate everything I've done, and they won't mind me being a little bit overweight. But in reality, people can't see the huge difference between living life fit, training daily, eating healthy, and living life not doing that, because they have nothing to compare against. They just don't have that other side of the coin. We're trying to make them change their behavior with something that they haven't done before. They've never experienced. Maybe they've tapped into it. They know it's good, but they don't really understand it fully, and that's one of the biggest problems. So it's about realizing how important this is. And I'll give you a little example.
Yeah.
I'll use a term that's called the cost of missed opportunity. It's a very
Mm-hmm.
frequently used business term, indicating
Mm-hmm.
what we will lose if you don't take action on your business right now. Assuming that if you continue taking action at your full capacity, you will probably be way more successful than if you don't. And the difference between that huge success and the success that you actually get is the cost of missed opportunity. Well, there is a cost of missed opportunity when you refuse to start training, when you procrastinate, and that is because if you just look around and look at the most successful people right now, they're all training, they're all being fit, and that's for a reason. If you look at the most high performers, they always have a training regimen, they always eat healthy, and it's because these people have already recognized that it's increasing their productivity, it's increasing their energy. You can make better business, you can make better sales decisions, you can make better communication with people, with your family. You can be operating at a much higher level if you maintain yourself healthy. And so the the real opportunity that you're missing is what you can achieve for, let's say, the next 10 years or 15 years of your life if you're constantly fit. Most people can't really imagine that. What can you achieve in comparison to not being fit and having health complications? It's a very hard question to answer, but if you dig deep into it, you will see that probably probably you're missing on a hell of a lot more than you think. And if you decide that it's okay to stop training just for a
Mm-hmm.
period of time to handle the new adventure, the new startup, or whatever your thing is at the moment. It could be a struggle, it could be a success, but whatever the reason is, I almost can guarantee you that it's almost never the more profitable decision to stop training. Considering the fact that you actually training takes only like 30 to 40 minutes, and it doesn't need to be done even every single day. It can be done like 3 days a week. So pretty much you have no excuse. So you're not gaining absolutely nothing by not training. You're not gaining nothing by eating shit food. You can only gain an unlimited amount of things: energy, finances, relationships, happiness, fulfillment, unlimited amount if you actually start training and make it a non-negotiable. And that's the reality. So if you're able to see that, you'll probably
Mm-hmm.
call me tomorrow and you start training right away, because
Okay.
once you see that, once you understand it, you can't just stop. You know this is so important.
Mm.
Yeah.
Lovely. Lovely. That's a great explanation, Peter. And you have built a successful business, Coach PK, from the ground up, right from the scratch.
Yeah.
So, what role do you think physical fitness has played in helping you stay focused and driven as an entrepreneur?
Well, it's massive. If you think about what I just said about the cost of missed opportunity of what you can achieve when you're being fit. Well, I'll give you the example of
Mm-hmm.
how much I am performing right now in comparison to other people. So I have a regimen, and every day I follow this structure that I've created for myself. So every day I can wake up early in the morning and do a huge volume of work. I'm full of energy and focus. I'm like buzzing all morning until like 11 o'clock. And from 7 a.m. to about 11 a.m., I've smashed so much work and achieved it with such a high quality. I've done more work than people often do for a few days. I do it every single morning. And then I go to the gym when I'm already kind of burned out from that hard work and I can't focus anymore. I can't concentrate. I go to the gym and I completely energize myself. I recharge my body. I go back home and I can like have lunch and start all over again. So I'm constantly high performing, and on days in which I can't be training for a few days because I have a flu or just something happens, I'm also not a robot. It happens sometimes. I don't do my workouts for a few days. It's not often, but it does. And in these days, you can like see plain and simple like how low my productivity becomes and how much less of a regimen I have and how much less I actually achieve on a weekly basis. It's so obvious. The difference is so huge. So you can definitely tell that I'm here because I'm training, because I'm living the thing that I'm teaching other people to do. I'm living example. And without training, I don't think I would have gotten anywhere as far as I am right now. Not even close.
Can you share some fitness routines or habits that you think are particularly beneficial for people juggling busy, demanding careers?
Yeah, sure. There are a few things that are very powerful and everybody can do.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Mostly, I'll share the sunlight one. So when you wake up first thing in the
Oh,
morning, you definitely want to take some sunlight. What
right.
this will do is it's going to wake you up so strong and it's going to remove the that potential slump that you might experience in early morning. It will also balance your mood throughout the day. It will remove or reduce anxiety and depression and emotional behaviors, which will then have a tremendous impact overall because we're emotional decision makers and most of
Mm-hmm.
the decisions we make are emotional. And if we have negative emotions in us, then the decisions and the outcome potentially will be negative, which is very often, more often than you actually think. So you can eliminate that or reduce these negative decisions and emotions by just having enough sunlight throughout the day, and particularly in the morning. And then throughout the day, when you feel tired and you need to energize, don't just go for the coffee. It's
Mm-hmm.
much better you go for a few minutes of sunlight. You could be walking outside under the sky and breathing fresh air. That's even better, taking it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
But prioritize it by keeping sunlight as a priority number one. So sometimes you won't be able to walk or you're super exhausted, but you can still open the window and stand on the window under the sky and just allow the sun to go through your eyes. It has
Mm-hmm.
to go through the eyes because we have a retina there that is designed for working specifically for that purpose to energize you and to wake you up when the sunlight goes through. And only the sunlight can achieve that because it can be up to about 10 times stronger than a strong light inside the room. So you're never going to get that from inside the room natural compared to natural light outside. So that's one thing. Moving frequently throughout the day, it's very important. These things will help you maintain your energy, and when you can maintain your energy, then when time comes for your workouts, you can do your workouts too. So it's very important factor. Also, when you eat, learn how to balance the macronutrients and have about 30-35% of your macros to be protein based foods, about 40% to be carbohydrates and 30% fat. Now that's a little bit more complicated, but if you think about your plate, if you just put a quarter of your plate to, if you fill your quarter of your plate when you
Mm-hmm.
eat with,
Mm-hmm.
let's say, meat or beans, protein-rich source, another quarter you fill with carbohydrates, and the other half you fill with vegetables, you pretty much nail it, and you will have an amazing a diet which provides you with steady energy, and you will be able to perform. You won't have slumps after you eat. So this is something that everybody can do as well. Even if you're eating outside, you can always pick the fast food that is not deeply fried and the fast food that has more protein. It's usually oven cooked or just fresh. Something that is not really heavily processed, has all the ingredients that I mentioned: protein, carbohydrates, and fats. And even if it's not the perfect balance, then you'll still be much better off than just going to McDonald's or eating some deep fried foods for lunch, which will definitely make you feel like shit in the early afternoon, and your energy is gonna drop and your productivity as well. So uh, yeah, the food thing is a big one, and exercise for sure. Exercise 3 times a week, and also have a consistent sleeping regimen. I think that's also very powerful, which we should mention. Going in bed in the same time every night and waking up so at the same time, sleeping a little bit more when you need to. That's okay, but just try to have somewhat of a regimen, and
Mm-hmm.
that will allow your body to adapt and to become more productive and optimized to that circadian rhythm that you're creating. And if you just have sporadic sleep cycle, you're never
Mm-hmm.
going to have a consistent circadian rhythm. And when, for example, when you need to have high energy, you might experience slumps. When you usually would experience slumps and you can't do anything, you feel high energy, for example, in the late evening. When you're supposed to relax and go to bed, you might feel like you have to work. And that messes you up a lot in the long term. So you can fix it by simply having a consistent regimen. And yeah, apply these things, guaranteed you'll perform better, you'll feel better, your life will be better.
Definitely. Great, great. And Peter, many people would say that focusing too much on fitness can be all consuming and actually detract from work or personal relationships. What advice would you give to people who worry about this balance?
No, that's absolute a false statement. The
Mm.
only people who can say that are lazy people, people who just never have found the right regimen, and the people who always follow the example of somebody else trying to do their workouts. Exactly what I mentioned probably at the very beginning of this conversation. If you do it the right way, you're never going to have this opinion. So if you just follow my advice from the earlier conversation, then you're never going to experience that problem of fitness overtaking you and your relationships. That's just false. Just false. You do it the right way.
Mhm.
Fitness will fit in perfectly within your family life, within your business, and people will appreciate the fact that you're training, staying fit, healthy, and you also inspire them. You have positive and great energy around them. They will absolutely love it. If you can compare yourself being fit and not being fit, you will see that the difference is tremendous, life changing,
Mhm.
and people will see it. They will notice, and they will be very positively impacted, and very grateful for the energy that you bring into the room, because everybody needs it. There's something about the peer pressure that I spoke recently.
Mhm.
When we experience peer pressure, especially non-experienced people who just trying to fit in and exercise, and they're just starting the journey, you might often feel like if you decide to not drink alcohol or not eat the sweets, the desserts at the end of the meal, or when you're with your friends, that you're somehow not going to participate in the fun, and you're going to be the outsider, or you're going to offend somebody.
Mhm.
um, and that really is such an illusion, because what you will see is that when you start training, when you start saying no to drinks, and you just start eating healthier, and you still go to these occasions, but just say no when they offer you a drink or a dessert, you will feel so much more empowered, and people will start loving that fact. They will really appreciate you. there's very few people who react truly negative on the fact that you want to be fit, healthy, you look after yourself. Most people will admire this attitude and your commitment and discipline, and they will congratulate you. And if you, by any chance, have really such negative people that don't appreciate the fact that you're trying to live a healthier life, then I personally would recommend get rid of them, or just reduce the communication as much as possible. I don't think they have a place in your life. This is very negative behavior, which is destructive to you. So it's your choice there. But that's my advice.
Great, great, Peter. That was really a great answer. Um, so, at your retreats, you combine fitness with personal growth in nature. How does disconnecting from daily routines in a natural setting impact participants' overall well-being?
Um, it's awesome because we always go into these remote places where there's no many other people. Everybody who is there with the idea to rest as much as possible, and you connect to nature. I think it's very positive. Everybody feels that very very positive energy, and you can do it on your own, not just in the retreats. You can always go a little bit away for a couple of days with your spouse, with friends, or alone, and just spend some time in nature. But also, I think one of the most powerful things about our retreats is the fact that now we're like-minded people. So I'm bringing together business people, entrepreneurs and business owners, and some executives, people who have a lot of similarities in the way they think. At the same time, they don't have many people like them around because, to be brutally honest, you look around, there's not many people doing business or being entrepreneurs. And if you're such person, you you will see that in the first many years of your journey, you're mostly alone. There is not much support there are not many people like you where you can brainstorm and share your passions and they understand you. Most people think you're kind of crazy, or they just don't want to bother, or they simply can't understand. And there's always something about the masses. They don't understand you, and suddenly in these retreats we bring the whole group of people who are like that, so we change completely the whole world in this during this retreat. And it's very very invigorating, the very empowering, very very emotional, especially when we share some stories and see who is coming from where, and you let some of your pains go out, and it's very healing emotionally. So I would say the retreat is extremely impactful, very much so because of the location and the place, but also because of the people. The people are a huge part, and without them, I don't think we could have anything close to what we have right now. Or if the people were not so kind of the same and unique in their own way, if it was just random people put together, it wouldn't be that special. But right now, it's super special. So yeah, and that's something I'm very grateful for.
Definitely. Lovely, Peter. Lovely. This was such an inspiring conversation, and uh, your conviction, your dedication is really commendable, especially in the area of physical fitness, that too for entrepreneurs, business owners. So, if our listeners they want to get in touch with you, explore more about Coach PK and also your resources on physical fitness, how they can do that.
Yeah, thanks for asking. You can go to my website directly if you want to get in touch and see what we do, which is www.pk.coach. So it doesn't end on com, it ends on coach. And if you forget that, just type my name in Google. You will see all my social media channels there. Everything is going to pop out. Peter Krastev in Google. It's very easy to find. And you're welcome. I'll be loving to chat to any of you, when you come to me and see what's your story and what can we do about it. And if there's anything I can help you with.
Definitely. We'll have all the details mentioned in the show notes. And Peter, thank you so much for sharing your remarkable journey and the transformative power of fitness and faith. And
Thank
From building resilience to helping high achievers find balance, you have shown us how fitness can be a true foundation for living a full and successful life. So, thank you so much for helping us.
Thank you, Sana. Thanks for having me.
And for all the listeners out there, remember that taking care of your body is an investment in your future. So don't forget to check out the show notes along with this episode if you wish to connect with Peter and explore more about his resources. And thanks for tuning into the Mindful Living. Stay healthy, stay strong, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.